And you are dead right that stepping into that entrepreneurship, it really does put every aspect of you on the line and puts you out there to be seen. And if it was easy, I suppose that's why everyone would be doing it. And often that's where people do turn around. We talk about this a lot. That's like the imposter syndrome coming out, and that thing of when we're out there and we're just standing on the stage of life and performing, there's this voice that's just niggling in the background saying, mate, you better enjoy this moment because security's on their way. He's going to kick you out. You're going to be out the back door soon. And dealing with that voice it's fun.
It's hard, and I think it's also hard, and and I think people put a lot of pressure on themselves, and that was certainly me, and I would have done it differently if I was to do it again. I think where, having a job on the side is really good, or letting yourself have that option, because at the end of the day, it comes down to, when it comes to like your income levels, when it comes to how much you put yourself out there, it does come to your nervous system. It comes down to how safe does it feel to do this next step, or knowing that you feel like dysregulated, knowing that you feel like you're freaking out and you want to die, but doing the live anyway, like those kind of things. It's like, it's always going to test that. So if you can do anything that, and I try and do it every day and build up a resource in my nervous system where I can build and feel safer to do bigger things. I can allow myself to feel safe even when our incomes rely on it, because the money it represents our survival. So we have a physical survival response around money. And so for me, a part of us growing our business is I literally work on it every day. I do EFT tapping, I do the resourcing, I'll notice where I feel contracted around money. Even I went to the shops the other day and I'm like, I never feel like I can buy anything I want, whereas we actually could. I've got money to now, but my body is like, no, it's going back to at the start of the business and we didn't know we were going to have money to eat. And so my body remembers that. And so I'm just like, it's okay. We're going to survive now. You can buy stuff and it's doing those things every single day. It's you make a connection with you guys, and maybe the old me would be like, oh, I might reschedule or freak out a little bit. Whereas I had to like you said, ground yourself and go, no, it's safe to do this and it's okay to do it, and always pushing those boundaries.
Well, first of all, I don't think you'll be old, that old, as in old. I'm curious. When you said you build up the resources within yourself, you said if you do EFT and grounding. Is that what you mean, or is there, when you say building up the resources?
So building up a resource. Actually, I'm not an expert in this. Ryan and Matt are, Ryan's my partner and Matt's another guy that we make courses with. And they study things and they teach polyvagal theory and things like that. And what that teaches you is there's different levels of activation in our nervous system that we've had it's come through evolution. Animals still have it, but we still have it in our bodies. And we have certain responses. So we have a playful, just active, a normal response, and we feel safe. And then you go into fight and flight, which is fear or anger. And then you can go into dorsal vagal, I believe it's called, which is shut down, which is when people feel depressed, they can't take action, they disassociate. And so knowing those and then recognizing where you're at. So if you're in dorsal vagal shutdown, you need to get your body moving, go for a run, jump up and down, put some music on, you've got to activate yourself, even get a bit angry to get yourself out of that shutdown state, which I definitely had early days in my entrepreneurship. I was like, why the fuck am I doing this? I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent. I'm just going to sleep half the day. I just shut down. And then when you're in fight and flight, it's okay, then you can do relaxation things. And I'll tune into a time in the past where I felt really safe, and I can just feel my whole body, sometimes a yawn, sometimes a relief. And you guys all know with healing work, you can tell when someone's just release something. Yeah, sometimes I need to do that nearly every day. I might get an email and I get activated, you know, and then I'm like, no, don't respond, like just calm down. Building a resource is opening the window of tolerance before you shut down. Building a resource is every day helping your nervous system feel safer and safer, whatever you need to do to feel safe, whether that is releasing old stuff from old stresses, or I'll picture a time where I felt really safe. One of the ones that I used a lot was, well, ask the subconscious, was like I used to lie on my mum's lap and she would watch TV. I can hear her tummy gurgling with the tea. I think I would have been 3 or 4, and that was so soothing. And I just have to remember that, and my whole nervous system relaxes, and then I can go do bigger things. And just doing it like golden breadcrumbs every day just opens your what you can handle. You know, people like Donald Trump and stuff like that, they can handle a shit ton of negativity, stress. It's because they've got like a bigger window of tolerance of what they can handle before they shut down. So that's something that I like tap into all the time, or noticing, yeah, when I have a constriction in my body, when I feel my body like freaking out, scared about something that I need to do, or that's in the way of a desire that I have. Then doing, like, some people, they in Stephen Porges, he's the polyvagal theory guy, and also Peter Levine is the other one. You know, you can do things like whatever, you can like hold yourself, whatever you can do. Some people like rub their hands together. You might do things naturally to try and soothe yourself. Just doing things like that through the day makes you feel safer and safer to put yourself out there more and more, allow more and more income. Like for me, we had the first business for like 4.5 years, and we made 20 to 30K a month, like every month. And we spent that much as well, like with all the overheads. Then we completely changed our business, moved online, changed the products and service, like everything changed. For some reason, that was our safety point, and we made the exact same amount. Excuse me. And we make the exact same amount, and I'm saying to Ryan, this doesn't fucking make sense. Like, but our nervous system was like, I feel comfortable with this. Let's just cover our expenses. And so then I had to like tap into and find what part of me didn't feel safe to make more, which sounds dumb. Like you think, of course I want to make more consciously, but in my body, I was like subconsciously, and this is what came up, and I'm happy to share it, and I'm sure Ryan doesn't mind. Subconsciously, I was like, if we make more money, Ryan's going to take the money and go become a drug addict again. And that was subconscious. I didn't consciously think that. And so when I shifted that, all of a sudden, within 2 weeks, we're at 50K, 60K. Now I've done 80K a month since I worked on that, which was basically March or June last year. We've averaged that amount. I mean, I probably need to do it again to go to the next level, but the other thing is like some people all of a sudden quantum leap like that, and then they think that their life's made when they get that amount of money. They realize they're just the same person, and they like go into shutdown and they never make that much again. So for me, I've been, when I feel like going down or whatever, I've been like, okay, what's happening? Why aren't I like keeping to that level, and then working on consistency rather than like massive growth.